Our next recipe we're going to show you for the Valentine's Day menu is out of our Food for Health cookbook, and it's one of our favorites here at the kitchen. It is a deep dark chocolate Budino, and chocolate is obviously perfect for any Valentine's Day dessert. Our chocolate Budino just has a few very delicious ingredients in it. So the first thing we have is a guitar dark chocolate. This one is a 72% cocoa, and the higher cocoa percentage, the more chocolate flavor it is, the darker the chocolate and the less sugar. So we would recommend at least a 63%. This one's a little bit higher with a 72%. A little bit of pure vanilla extract. Any kind of vanilla is fine as long as it's pure vanilla extract and not imitation, because there is a big flavor difference. And then any kind of canned coconut milk. The only thing you want to make sure is that it's canned full fat coconut milk, not the coconut milk that comes in a box. And you want it to be full fat because this dessert needs to set up and solidify, and that usually doesn't happen if it's a light coconut milk. All right, I am starting out with our chocolate wafers here. You can also use chocolate chips in this, that's no problem. A little bit of vanilla extract, and our recipe in our cookbook calls for a little bit of coconut sugar, which is just a sugar made from coconut that doesn't spike your blood sugar as quickly as regular sugar. However, I find for this recipe, depending on the chocolate you're using, you don't even need the sugar. So I typically personally make it without the sugar. So I just have the chocolate wafers in there and the vanilla. And then on the stove here, I've got my can of coconut milk heated to a nice simmer where it's not boiling vigorously, but you've got some bubbles coming up in it. So see if you can kind of see that a little bit there. It's not really bubbling anymore, but I'm just going to take this hot milk and pour it right over my chocolate here. And then we're just going to let that sit there for about 30 seconds just to let it kind of start to melt. And I'll tell you, this is the easiest dessert you're ever going to make. So you take a whisk, and then you start in the middle and just kind of slowly whisk it. And you can see this is almost like magic. Our teens in our kitchen love it when we make this dessert because it just turns from your chocolate and milk to a smooth, velvety, delicious dessert. It just takes a couple minutes for it to kind of come together and for all that chocolate to completely melt. There you go. So you can see how that kind of just made a beautiful transformation right before our eyes. So while this is the easiest dessert you're going to make, you do have to give it a little bit of time to set up. It's totally delicious if you eat it right now, but the way it's meant to be served is to chill it at least for a couple hours, up to overnight is best. So you can take this and put it in any kind of container that you want to serve it in. If you were having it, family style for a group, you could just leave it in a big container. We'll usually put it sometimes in our little Snapware containers when we send it to clients, or if you have fancier, nicer containers you want to put in, you can put it in a measuring cup that makes it easy to pour like that. And then if you have something like this, if you want to make it a mini dessert, you can just pour them in here and get little mini tasting spoons. That makes a nice, cute little dessert. You'll chill these, like I said, at least 2 hours, preferably overnight. And then when they are chilled, they'll be firm, and you can garnish them with raspberries. You can garnish them with toasted almonds, cocoa nibs. A little strawberry on there would be nice, whipped cream. And then it'll be make ahead and ready when you are.